Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus last run. We did it. We still gotta do greedier mode as the Lost, but like, it's a fucking start, isn't it? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm still coming down off the high that was that run. I mean, we could do greedier mode. It's been a while. We could try a challenge, but I'd rather not. I think I'm just gonna go Cain alt path. I've got it in my brain right now. Get that alt path. 6C, KC, RG, XG. It's an amazingly satisfying seed. Don't know what it's the repeating similar sequence but different letters, you know? I've heard this theory, and I say theory, but what I really mean is, pretty sure like someone just said it, and I go, oh, well, you know, scientists everywhere believe blah, but it maybe just said it's like anyway. Could have been a lay person is what I'm getting at, and not Layla, who's got me on my knees, a la Eric Clapton. It's the idea that, you know, we like music because it gives our brains kind of a risk-free environment to recognize patterns. And that's something that the human mind tends to be not only good at, but also, you know, it wants to do it all the time. Like, try to stop your brain from creating patterns. You cannot. You look at a little tree stump, you're like, that tree stump looks like it's got a face. That's your brain self-organizing, you know, trying to find a pattern where one doesn't exist, or maybe does exist, but, you know, it's trying to ascribe meaning to the information that it finds. It's sorting it into a meaningful set that it can interpret, if you know what I mean. Anyway. And, you know, what this is not music necessarily, but isn't that kind of a musical seed? 6CKCRGXG. I am Cain, got nice stats like KC. 6K, wait, just try that again. It had everything. It had a rhyme, it had a YouTube reference. That's apparently everything as far as the music industry is concerned, or at least my interpretation of the music industry. But what do I know? All I know is COMPTON and that city they call Long Beach. Putting this shit together. Like my redacted DOC, no one can do it better. I was in, well, Kate's birthday's coming up, so we were shopping for a birthday present because I was like, hey, here's the thing. Surprise is nice, right? Everybody wants to be surprised, and if someone could surprise you and get you the perfect gift, that would be great. But I'm a smart man, smart enough to know that, you know, if I'm gonna buy my wife something nice, I don't want to go to the store and be like, hey, give me one of those, and then it's expensive, and then you know, it's not actually what she wanted. So I say, hey, I want to be like romantic, but maybe we could just go shopping together, and you could pick something out, and then we'll like fabricate the surprise later and pretend it was a surprise, and then, you know, you get what you want, and I don't, you know, spend money on something you don't want, just in the vain hope of thinking that it's gonna be, anyway, you get the idea. And we were in this clothing store, and they were, you know, I don't know if you've been into a clothing store in your life. You probably have, right? Thank you for Small Rock there, by the way. But you're buying, like, sweaters. I'm in Canada, you know, it's Vancouver. It's one of the most, the cost of living is outrageous. And, like, everybody's a yuppie, basically. You've not heard me speak, like, oh, I'll take my cold brew coffee a little on the less acidic side today. I embrace it, but at the same time, I also, you know, I've got a little bit of a knowledge of old school hip-hop. Old school hip-hop. So I go, you know, into this store. They're selling sweaters. And then on the radio, you know, or on the PA system, you hear the rappers be monkey flipping with the funky rhythms I be kicking, you know, like it's Nas, New York State of Mind, like the first real track off of his classic album Illmatic. If you're not familiar with Illmatic or perhaps rap music in general, New York State of Mind is a slice of life living in the New York projects. First off, like a lot of rap music, might drop some self-aware racial slurs. But beyond that, don't mind if I do, SMB superfan. This is a great run so far. Like, beyond the racial slurs, which of course I will not repeat, there's also, you know, it's a tale of like Nos trying to murder somebody in the projects and then just being like, you know, this is what it's like to live here. And it's not even like, you know, he's glorifying it. It's more like, you know, life's hard. It's certainly, it's self-aware in that degree as well. I swear, I was like, how are they going to play this? There's so much they're going to censor. Not only did they censor the obvious, they also censored Bullet. They also censored M16. At one point he talks about cocking his gun. They censored cock. It's not even the same. It's like, hey, Bill, can you get me some redacted? I've got a leak in my bathtub. Sorry, you can't say that word here. If you're trying to, sell this image that your store is like, oh, it's a little rough. You're gonna be buying some streetwear here. I get that you don't want to play music that offends people. Maybe pick some songs that you don't have to censor the shit out of. He says, pull out a Smith & Wesson, I'll have buddies undressing. Only he doesn't say buddies. They censored not only buddies, but they censored Smith & Wesson. Literally, it's like the whole song is like, life is work, but I must maintain. Sleep is the like it just kept doing like this weird little turntable thing anytime he'd say a word, and I'm like, I know what word's there. You haven't hidden that word away from my view. How can you? We're into some pretty hardcore stuff here. We're into some bangers. Have you heard of New York State of Mind by Nas? Yeah, I really like the, PG-13 parental guidance version of that. Your store doesn't get the street cred of playing hip-hop if you can't say the words. I'm not saying you should be able to say the words, but maybe stick to something that, you don't have to butcher the Christ out of if it's going to be an issue for HR, is all I'm throwing out there. It's like we ate at a restaurant. This is closer to like a year ago. If you're familiar with like Kendrick Lamar's landmark album To Pimp a Butterfly, one of the biggest songs off it was All Right. And there's a pretty prominent word that shows up in that a lot that probably if you're running a dining establishment, you might want to censor, I suppose. Or maybe I should just suggest, don't play the song at all. Play a different song. I'm not saying it's a compromising of art, but it just seems phony. You're like, oh man, I love this song, but wait, you're not even playing this, you're a big fat phony. Anyway, I haven't talked about what's happening. First off, I'm indignant. We bought a sweater. It's not like I was like, we're leaving, It's cold out. And the sweaters were nice, okay? But I haven't talked about this run at all, and every single item we picked up has been like dynamite. Look at that, the list of items on the side of this. It's out of control. Are you kidding me? We got 2 guppy items, and they're useful guppy items. Guppy items we have enabled, to be functional already. We have the ability to fly. We have a decent amount of HP. We got an all stats upgrade. Our damage stat is sizable. Like, we're actually, I would say, in a very good position to get a win here. Now, I look at the note on my monitor, and the note says, you moron, make sure you go to the right floor. Well, if we're going to keep the Emperor card, we might as well pop Ansus. But we want Yera, or we want... Not Hagalaz. We want Yera, or we want Perthro. But we want to be able to, like, hold it. We just got 4 Hagalaz runes now. And 2 Emperor cards. Anyway, you get where I'm coming from here. I don't mean to ruffle any feathers. I don't think what I'm saying here is particularly controversial. It's just like, look, I'm gonna buy a sweater from you. If you make good sweaters, that's fine by me. I get you're trying to cultivate an atmosphere here, but really, I just want a sweater or I want like a tuna sandwich. You don't need to be like, oh, we're hip, we're with it. We play, it may be censored, but at least we're playing hip-hop. That's not cool, It's not uncool necessarily. You know what? It's highly uncool. You should just play something else. Play some EDM or something. Every clothing store can play EDM. Doesn't have to be American Eagle. You don't have to put like Modest Yahoo on. Although I wouldn't mind if you did. I'm just saying, like, it rubbed me the wrong way. You're trying to take some credit for the. You're trying to take the vibe from the art without actually, having to deal with any of the consequences. Just put on my Isaac episodes instead. I will charge you, $100 licensing fee per store per video. That's it. Easy money. I do say fuck sometimes, though. Is that going to be a problem? Apparently. Alright. So we didn't quite get the Gupster, but we're getting pretty close to it. Hey, NL, how do you feel about politics? Live and let live, man. How do you feel about Jim Carrey's personal beliefs about vaccinations? Hey man, I don't expect everybody to be a scientist. I do wish that he'd cool it a little bit on the misinformation campaign. Hey NL, how do you feel about a clothing store completely harmlessly playing a censored version of a track that you feel has artistic integrity? Listen here, mister. You got time? You got a long lunch break today? Because I got something I want to get off my chest. You know, the issues of which I'm passionate about. I am very passionate about. I did like a little Richard Nixon headshake there. I welcome these sorts of investigations, because the American people have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. I am not a crook. If we dig deep in our hearts, in our doctrines, remember that we are not descended from fearful men. I'm just quoting the hardcore history introduction now. Which, if you're not listening to, I would recommend. But I'm not going to go down that road necessarily, except to say that it's top tier podcast. We're going to start to focus on some Isaac here, which we have not done in like 9 minutes. A little disappointed we did not get... Wow. I think I'm just going to teleport, and then... I don't want marked. If we get like something that causes us to auto-fire... Well, I mean, Tech 0.5 does that, but I still want to use my tiers as well. They're pretty good. You're going to think that I'm the laziest motherfucker on planet Earth. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to use our other Emperor card to teleport back to the Emperor card. I don't believe that using Guppy, or like using Diplopia on Guppy will give us another Guppy. Like, I don't think it counts as another Guppy item. It doesn't matter, because we're going to get the Guppy item in this curse room to begin with. Don't even sweat it. Like, it's guaranteed. Told you, 100%. Look at that. That's Guppy's bomb right there. It's a 1 mana 1/1 that does 1 damage to you if it explodes on you. I'm definitely not changing trinkets as long as I've got Guppy's tail active and 7 keys. It seems smart to me to just stick with this. I'm not gonna use the second Emperor card, okay? Don't be ridiculous. This is unnecessary. But this is looking very solid. Honestly, this feels like a walk in the park after the last Lost run, which was easy as well in the sense that we got amazing items. But certainly, like, it was very stressful. On this run, it's like, wait, you're saying I could get hit twice on this room and it like wouldn't matter at all? What a world. The color of the rainbows, so pretty in the sky. It's not a very good Louis Armstrong, but I figured I owed it to you to try. So I wanted to do this room ASAP. And the reason behind that was so... Oh, you idiot. Was so that I could get a deal with the devil, if possible, and then Diplopia it. But we're not going to Diplopia Lump of Coal. I think it's unnecessary. We could Diplopia that and get a new chest, but I think we're much better off, especially with an easy way to enable a boss rush teleport. Much better off just trying to roll into boss rush and then teleport out after doubling all the items in there. Or you maybe even doing boss rush, but we'd still double the items first, unless they were absolutely horrible, which has happened on numerous occasions. It's not like it's an unforeseeable consequence, but I don't know, dude. I like starting up, like, that last Isaac run was the first Isaac run of the day, and normally, like, you know, post-NLSS, if I'm starting to record some Isaac, I like to rattle off, like, you know, 5 or 6 at the very least, so I think starting with that Lost run that really just worked was a smart decision. Morale is at an all-time high. Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm not going to make mistakes here. I'm not going to take stupid damage. I probably will. But even just taking a little bit of stupid damage is acceptable right now. So here's our Guppy Dream. Told you. That's Guppy's Spirit Heart. So 1 mana, 1/1. Gives you 1 HP when you collide with it. I'm not talking about Hearthstone. That's a Magic the Gathering. How can you tell? You can't. That's could be either, easily. I want to see, like, maybe we'll open those chests, but they're pretty pricey from a key. Oh, no, but those locks don't get opened automatically, right? I think we'd rather not open them unless we get, like, Mom's key from the shop. By the way, I know some people are going to be like, well, he grabbed the key. Why doesn't he grab the penny? Because if I accidentally move slightly to the left or right while grabbing a key, I break even. If I accidentally move to the left or the right and open one of those locks when I'm getting a penny, I lose the equivalent of 4 cents, but functionally like a little bit more than that because keys are worth more to me than money right now. So it was a weighted decision. Sure, in a perfect world, you just walk over it. But in a perfect world, I'm not going to need that fucking penny either, am I? You know, I'm 30 cents here with 2 shops left to go. You can probably run the math on that. There is a chance that, you know, we get 45 or even 60 cents worth of items on our last 2 shops. The odds of this are not necessarily high. But, you know, right off the bat, there's chaos, and there's Mom's Purse, so you may be right. You may be right. I think we're going to explore. My reasoning for that, we're at 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Normally, that's where I would be talking about, oh, we gotta get down to the next floor. But that would be if we were one floor behind, which we are not right now. So, I think exploring only serves to benefit us here and gives me a chance to slow down, you know? I've been going at kind of like a highway speeds. We don't have to. Like, we can coast now. We've already hit the gas enough. We can let our foot off the accelerator until we get on the I-5, you know what I mean? There we go. Sure, butt bombs. Did not know you could get that out of a golden chest, and midway through saying that, I realized we actually have chaos. I still stand by the belief, although I can't prove it. Might as well check this out. That chaos increases your chances of getting guppy. I have to. You just have to do it. So here's what we do. Oh, but it's gonna reroll Diplopia either way. I'll still do it, but I want to, like, no matter what, I think we're going to lose our Diplopia. Like, Mom's Key is great, but I'd rather reroll that for, like, a guppy chance or something. We're also going to lose chaos in the process. And you're saying, well, no, you just carry a different active item in. No, you don't understand, because it's a 4-room. All of the item pedestals are going to be rerolled as well. So I think I'm going to leave that. Even though it's good, I'm going to leave that in the hopes that... well, what am I leaving that for? Like, okay. Because we're going to lose Diplopia, let's double Mom's Key. Take one of the Mom's Keys, which gave us the Mom transformation, and then reroll everything. It doesn't matter what we're holding, because it's all getting rerolled. So how does this run look? I mean, our damage is 9.22. We got the Sweet Flies. We got Mom's Contact. We can't fly anymore, but we got Mom's Contact. We got Mega Bombs. We got Bloodshot Eye, which I think is okay. We got Goat Head. Like, it's a strange world. And it's also going to reroll the pony, so... I mean, this, to be fair, seems worse than our past run, but not bad. Just worse than our past run. We can still hold 2 pills as well. I'm not sure if that's like a glitch, or if maybe we rerolled through Polydactyly and into Deep Pockets or something like that. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We no longer have an easy way out of boss rush because our card got rerolled. But I'm always taking the full run reroll. Like, I respect that some people may disagree and say, like, oh, you had a good run, you had a zany run. There are times occasionally where I won't do the full run reroll. But it is like, in a situation like that, you're asking me to remove the beliefs that I hold to be self-evident. You know, the beliefs that I think make me, or help make me an engaging Isaac, you know, video maker. I'm not going to take the guaranteed W. I want you to feel that on every run, there's a chance that this wild card might go off the rails and reroll a 1 run into something ridiculous. Now, he's not doing it just to be stupid. I'm doing it to keep it engaging, you know, to keep your... To keep you interested, but also to keep me interested as well, you know? It's, oh, we had an easy win there. I wasn't even talking about the run, which is nice, but I also was I was sitting back on my laurels. Now I gotta be a little sharper. Mind you, we rerolled into a run that is good still, but doesn't always happen. So that's why it's more about the principle than anything else when it comes to the full run reroll. I would be loath to give up my my principle of run rerolling, except in very niche circumstances that do happen. You know, if I'm playing the keeper and we've got a 1 run as the keeper and we're trying to get to like the alt path, you got me. I'm not gonna reroll that, probably. But what if I did and I won? How amazing would that be? Either way. It's going pretty well here. I like the unlimited bombs. We have hot bombs that are also mega bombs. We're generating spiders And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a mom's wig situation or what. Well, this is great as far as I'm concerned. Let's just donate a bunch. Okay, that's as much as we can donate, huh? Take the battery. We'll take Mama Mega. And the idea behind Mama Mega is we're just going to hold it. We're going to use it on a floor that it seems fitting to use it on. And that's not this floor, it's fair to say. Which is already, like, almost completely dead. So we're looking for tarot cards. And with unlimited bombs... Oh, it's all pills. So we'd be hoping for a telepills. Less likely. Well, we could just do boss rush. Or we can at least look at boss rush. We gotta check these. Even though we have the goat head, you know, we're peeping those for the chance at the Guppy Dream. And honestly, we're playing the blood bank as well. And I know you're gonna say, NL, what are you doing, you freaking moron? You had an eternal heart. Yeah, we've also got 6 HP that we're not doing anything with. So what's worth more? The money that we're gonna get here, plus the chance to get something from boss trap, or the single HP upgrade that isn't even a single HP upgrade. It's our 7th HP upgrade. Stop walking on the spikes, please. Redemption? No, not redemption. Turns out the 6 hearts are worth a lot more, especially now that our HP's dwindled a little bit. We might not be able to get into boss rush as a result of going to this room, but I think we will. I still think we'll be able to. Like, we're gonna be doing a lot of damage when push comes to shove. Holy fuck, we had a telepills. That's so hilarious. Well, obviously, you should have just guessed that it was telepills and then walked it into the boss rush and then used it immediately and just hoped it wasn't addicted. Okay, well, sure. Mr., you know, Uri Geller, you must be a freaking superhero with, you know, foresight talents like that. More like foreskin talents. 'Cause you're yanking my fucking chain right now. We've completely recovered, in my opinion, from the earlier health concerns. Boss rush, as mentioned, still completely available. Can't fight Krampus. Please, faster though. No Guppy, which is always a bummer. You gotta do 2020. There's just no question. Like, sure, if we could get more spirit arts out of this, that's awesome as well, but you gotta take the chance for things to be bad right now, or, you know, slightly worse right now, to be juiced up with 2020 later. It's just how it's gonna be. So we are gonna do this. Hopefully we'll get an awesome item out of it. It's the right choice either way. Although this could, I didn't think about this before doing it, but it could put us behind the 8 ball enough that Hush is gonna be a real challenge. I was gonna say, I thought I saw like a polycephalus or something over here. What? There was just a single Tomo neck. Single Tomo neck. Single Tomo neck. Pop the top, lick it and shake it, and lick it again. Oh my god, how does NL know Baby Bottle Pops, the seminal candy from my childhood? Because it's been around since like the freaking 60s, dude. Your generation doesn't have a monopoly on fucking Baby Bottle Pops. It's just shitty candy attached to a plastic ring. It costs like 14 cents to manufacture. Makes your fingers all sticky. You know those clickbait articles like, you know, doctors hate this. I mean, doctors probably hate ring pops for being like bad for you. Parents genuinely hate ring pops. You're making their vans all sticky all the time. Stop that. Get some help. Okay, walked on some spikes. Not pleased with that, but it doesn't matter. We got goat head for one. And we got enough red hearts in here. We got enough red hearts in here to save us, you know, if we run into too much trouble. So wouldn't be too despondent if we took like a little bit of damage deemed preventable. We have Mom's contact, so that's why we're getting freezing. But we've also got like some effect on these shots that I'm like largely unaware of what it actually is. We got to be getting pretty close to the end here, and you know, if we spent, if we cost ourselves like another 2 or 3 minutes for doing this, that's life. Wait, are we Guppy? I just now realized. I'm like, hold up, hang on, where are all these flies coming from? I think we re-rolled into the mulligan, because we can't fly, so we're not Guppy. So where are the flies coming from? It has to be the mulligan. Or infestation, I suppose. and then they just last a long time. That's it, I think. Okay, this is it, I think. He said for the 20th time. Get out of here, Dr. Light impression. Oh, Beelzebub? Not quite. Ooh, and a dime that's top of the line. Okay. So we're down to the next floor. Not before we check out this tinted rock. Not before I roll need. I don't think we're going to need to speed up because we got like 3.5 minutes per floor, which is usually enough. But if we do, if we feel like we're too slow coming out of this floor, it's a somewhat high value play to drop Mama Mega. Before going down to the next floor. Or, no, sorry, immediately after going down to the next floor. I think, at least. Just gotta be fast. CG. Coconut gun. Alright. Well, obviously, like, I'm excited for a lot of stuff on this floor. Deal with the devil is a big part of it. Would prefer to have the chance to get some HP back. I have taken a little damage. I don't know how much I've replenished, but I think it's, you know, unfortunately not too freaking much. Flies are extremely helpful, so we'll even, like, take a shot at this. In the hopes of getting something. And we did get something, but it wasn't what I was looking for, unfortunately. Damage we take against enemies, I'm pretty okay with, like, life goes on. But I'm really disappointed when I take Bob's brain damage, because I'm like, you know. I mean, I didn't take this item. It was given to me on the reroll. But still, like, I shouldn't be getting roasted by my own Bob's brain here. Either way. That was a long bit of silence for a Northernlion Isaac episode. It's because I'm, like, watching these, you know, these rooms finish. And I'm like, a single red heart, please? Like, we got more battery charges than red hearts. Why is it so hard to grab a red heart? Like, it's the most common consumable in the game next to pennies. It might even be the most common. You found the secret room for me, but you also did damage to me. It pains me greatly to experience this dichotomy. Oh, you wouldn't. Wait, would you? Holy fuck. I ran into them. That's on me. But I also thought I died. I thought Cain keeled over. I still don't think we're going too slow. But I am starting to get a little frightened, admittedly. So I'm looking for these tinted rocks here. I barely saw that bomb. Watch out for Bob's brain, dude. Thank you for not having a troll bomb in there. That could have actually killed me. Where the hell did this guy come from? We gotta check, right? Faded Polaroid? I mean, you can see the case being made there. No red hearts on the second secret room of lore? Well, no, we got a half red heart. That's not worth it. Are you kidding me, man? All right. I mean, Daddy Longlegs, he can screw you, but I think I hit myself. Good God. At this point, we might as well take something. It's just a matter of what you think is for the best. I think we should take this, because we, well, I don't really like it that much, but I think it's okay. And then beyond that, we weren't using our heart container at that point anyway. It is fitting that oh, Jesus. My relative hubris has sort of put me in a compromised position here. What do we even need HP for? HP is an antiquated concept. What a novel pedestrian concept. A conceit of the pros, HP? We're living in a post-HP universe, my friend. All we care about is DPS. That's damage per second. This is getting, like, It's getting weird. It's only the second episode of the day. It's the only place it can go from here is up, if you know what I mean. Still got plenty of time, and I mean that, like, extremely sincerely. Like, it's extremely unlikely that I would not make the Hush fight at this point. So where do you use Mama Mega? Absolutely, you pop that on the Void floor. So all we have to do is beat Hush to put ourselves in a position that is, I think, pretty strong. I don't know. We do have Guppy's Tail, or at least we have the effect of Guppy's Tail. We have the transformation, I should say, so... I don't know if I want to take Liberty Cap. Oh, he's done it. We have 1.8 speed, so we can afford a modest hit there for sure to pick up a little extra capacity and then hope for some more red hearts in the future. There's one full red heart. Little slightly tight on time here. If we're going in the wrong direction, this could be a little dicey. But I have faith that this is the right direction. Can probably start to stop picking up things like single keys. And single pennies for that matter, but Mom's Heart should die pretty quickly here. There is still a chance we don't have to fight Hush, but, you know, I'm not gonna besmirch the good name of Hush in this case. We want the shop, we got 94 cents, and we want the item rooms in the golden chest. We got enough keys. We got a Spirit Heart out of something there. Key Beggar, maybe? Or just randomly from killing that enemy. Oh, if that Bob's Brain had hit. Alright, remember, we have Goat Head, so the Guppy Dream is still alive and well here. Gimpy Dream is pretty good as well. Let's grab this. We didn't get teleported straight to the Void fight, so we can go down here and just make the Hush fight happen. I think we got the damage necessary to not sweat it at all. But we're looking for a golden key, just in case. Another Spirit Heart is also good. Epiphora is the better of the two items here. Although neither is exceptional. I mean, of all these, we'll take Deep Pockets for no reason now that I think about it, but it's not like we're doing anything with the money anyway. We could pause time, we could reroll rocks. I mean, reroll rocks and hope to get like an HP upgrade out of it. We got a single penny. Exquisite. Alright. But I mean, we weren't going to use the pause item either, so is there anything out here? Tell you what, probably makes sense to use Magic Fingers for the boss fight, because we don't want the money anyway, and then use Mama Mega on the next floor. Alright, so I think we're in a good spot. I mean, we've been fighting the Hush a lot recently. Relatively confident I know most of his patterns. I mean, we really, like, not to toot my own horn, but we knocked it out of the park on that, on the Lost version of this fight, so... What's the point of Magic Fingers? Just extra damage and some way to leverage our money, because, to be honest with you, we don't really need our money after this floor, so... As long as... We have to remember two things. First off, don't go to the Cathedral, go to the Void. With every run that I go to the right area, I slightly redeem myself in the eyes of the community. So it's going to take a while, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. As I've said in a lot of episodes here, I take a long tail approach to life, you know? I don't look at, you know, how fast can I get this done? I look at, you know, what are my prospects for getting this done? Am I okay taking this long to get it done? I guess, like, you know, here's the thing. To paint myself in a more negative light, because I'm always wary about coming across as being a little too egotistical, which I think is very easy. It's an easy trap to fall into when you get... For all the shit that, you know, a lot of YouTubers get tweeted, and you get tweeted some terrible stuff. But first off, they're tweets. Okay? I'm not minimizing, like, legitimate abuse, for sure. But, I mean, most of the time, at least for me, people aren't knocking on my door and going, hey, you, like, went to the wrong floor, you moron, I hate you. And then I go, oh, you know, that'd be shitty, like, that'd be scary. But, and again, I'm not trying to delegitimize some of the things that people get on social media. But beyond that, at least for me, and maybe I'm just fortunate, I get so many more messages that go, hey, like, really enjoy your content. Thanks a lot for, like, all the, you know, entertainment over the years. I get so many more messages like that than messages like, you know, hey, moron, like, I'm unsubscribing, blah, blah, blah. And those just, you know, I'm too old for that shit. It mostly just freaking rolls off the tongue. And by off the tongue, I mean water off the back. Is that how that goes? Water off a turtle's back? I can't remember. Water under the bridge on which there is a turtle. So it's just a lot easier to, you know, look at your mentions, and then you see, like, you get like 10 mentions that are like, hey, great video, and then one mention that's like, hey, you're kind of stupid in this video. The internet is being very mean to me right now, and I don't respect it. But again, like, I'm very fortunate that I get, I think I get a nicer side of things anyway. I don't even remember why I brought that up, but, okay, yeah, no, I do now. Which is, me, I'm like, I take a long tail approach to things. Which is to say that instead of asking, what's the earliest can I get this done? Instead, I say, what's the least amount I can do to still finish this thing? Oh, you want to get a degree? What's the slowest I could possibly get this without actually, you know, not being allowed? Oh, you want to get fit? What's the bare minimum work I can do multiplied by doing it every single day? And the answer, you know, it's like that BoJack Horseman quote. I haven't seen the show, but I saw the quote. You know, with running, it gets easier, you know? All you gotta do is keep doing it every day. That's the hard part. Every day it gets a little bit easier, but you gotta keep doing it. And that's where the challenge lies. And that's, you know, that's how I'm feeling about Isaac right now. I definitely fucked up some episodes by going in the wrong direction. Ain't no joking there. However, you know, I take a long tail approach to things. I'm more worried about how people are gonna feel about those episodes in like a year than I am, like, you know, 2 hours after they come out. I don't make viral content. I make parasitic content. You don't get sick with it for a week. You know, you get attached to it. It embeds itself inside of you until it's like a symbiotic relationship. And it stays with you for life. Anyway, I mean, we're gonna win. The Mama Mega... Ooh, this does nothing for us right now. But if we manage to get a spacebar item, Vibrant Bulb is going to be a nice stat bonus, as long as we never use it. That was bad. As long as we never use the spacebar item, that is. We already have a golden key, so like we really don't benefit at all from having the lockpick. I always forget the name of that trinket for some reason. Honestly, the pretty good selection here. Blood Bag's good. Rune Bag's good. Abel's good. Is that the other thing with these items now? You can get, or with the chests now, you can get bag items in them? I'm even gonna try this, because, like, figured it was worth a shot. We're not light on HP right now, so... I'm imagining we're pretty close to getting to the end of this, this little section of the floor, but these floors can be enormous, so... And also, you can just get dead ends, so that's also cool. Bad gas. Bad gas! Oh, I didn't open one of these. Cain's Eye. May you see your destination. I mean, I don't really want a useless vibrant bulb. However... Ooh. We didn't get him? I don't really want a useless vibrant bulb, but at the same time, I don't really, like... benefit from any of these other trinkets. Like, I don't really care to know where the boss fight is, and even if I did, Cain's Eye doesn't work like that. You know, you have to go down to a floor for it to have a chance to activate, so it's really just wasting our time right now. Might as well take Steam Sale. So we might as well take the trinket that gives us a chance to get some value out of it eventually. I see there's a Spirit Heart there. Okay, we got a couple of bosses. That means there's a chance that we have Delirium. Start with the Lamb. And it should be pretty easy, but admittedly, a lot of our spiders and flies have vacated the premises now, but can always make more. And we're going to get an item for this regardless. I would love for it to be a spacebar item, because it's an all stats up, basically. Number 2. It's not necessarily bad this late in the game. We know what we're getting ourselves into. There's Delirium. He got nuked immediately for a net result of 0 damage being done to him, so that's pretty sick. Are you like a real Gurglings, or like what's going on with that? Because you don't have the delirium skin. You just look like a regular old Gurglings, buddy. Okay, get frozen and then get flied. That's our keys to the kingdom. Get frozen, get flied. Where's Polycephalus at? I guess we should know by where the origin of the tears are there. Get frozen. I don't think he's frozen. Oh, he's frozen. Get flied, son. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching it's actually like a lot weaker than our last run was. But Mom's Contact is kind of proving to be the unsung hero here. Anytime we can freeze an enemy and just kick the crap out of it, especially with a bunch of spiders. Like, spiders are high damage, not necessarily the world's smartest helpers, though. So anytime we can freeze enemies in place is going to be extremely beneficial for us. So this is like the end of the lamb fight. Followed by Big Horn for the 19th time. What's up with those blue fires, man? Like, those are not the normal shade of blue. I'm interested by this revelation. Intrigued. Alright, that was frightening. It was electric, so frantically hectic. And in the end, this run was great. Even, like, reroll to reroll, it was solid, man, but no amount of rerolls can put this at the level of that Lost run that we had. And maybe that's a good thing. You'd rather have the loss to get the RNG help. And I'll take the gamble on a Cain run, take the win, and that should do it right there. You know, because we got the static effect. So that's going to be another unlock, and we're actually gaining some momentum. What a world. We get the silver dollar. I don't know what that means. Is it a 50-cent item you get for playing the gambling machines? That would make sense, given that the dollar is there. And with the same criteria. For now, thanks for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.